Hey, everybody, welcome back to Real Estate Uncensored. I'm your host, Mr. Greg McDaniel, aka the Junior Grandmaster. We have an amazing guest today, Mr. Lance. He is out of Northern California, a neighbor of mine right over the hill here. We're going to talk about how he went from a normal agent to a luxury agent, and it is a fascinating story. So you guys have to buckle up, hold on to the rails. This is going to be a great show. Now, I would introduce Gene Volpe right now, the evil bald ninja, but he doesn't have time for us. He is too cool for school. He is over there plotting the revenge on starting World War III in one of his transactions. So he will be intermittent with us. So stay tuned if you want to hang out with him. But we have it, Mr. Nick Sakis, the ever shrinking man here, ladies and gentlemen. He is going to introduce our guest. Mr. Sakis, how are you, bud?
I'm actually not 100% sure that's Gene Volpe. I think we have an AI hologram of Mr.
That
Volpe
could be
right
true.
now. So I think he's trying to play a trick on us right now, but doing fantastic. Thank you, Mr. McDaniel. I'm excited today because Lance McHan is not only a previous client, but a longtime friend, and obviously somebody who is a very handsome and the only person in a suit today. So obviously you can see where this is going. But Lance has been a longtime listener of the show, and we've been friends for what, 6 years now, probably 5,
like
maybe 7. I don't know. Yeah,
I got my license in 2015, so probably 2016.
Yeah, long time. And so one of the things that Lance has done very well over the years is established himself, and we used to call this the town mayor effect on Real Estate Uncensored. So we, back in the day, when we were really going hot and heavy on Facebook marketing, not that we don't anymore, but it was all about being the local hero. It was about going out and networking with local businesses and really building relationships in your local market. And Lance was somebody who not only heard that, but took action on that, and is now, not just now, but is bearing the fruits of all of that labor from before. So one of the things that we talk about on the show a lot is how to get into luxury. We've had other people that have been guests on luxury. Lance is in California, which is obviously a higher price point to begin with. But I wanted to bring him on and just have him kind of tell his story about where he started, some of his first listings, and then kind of evolved into how he is Mr. Yes You Can with Lance McHan now, and everybody knows him no matter where he goes because he's a devilishly handsome man. But also his production has proved it as well. So Lance, glad to have you on, buddy.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate those kind words.
Yeah, man. So bring me back to 2015. You just got your license and you say, oh shit, what do I do right now? What do I do? So what were your first thoughts as a newer agent back then, and how is that different from where you're at right now?
Well, when I first started, you reach out to people in your area, and nobody will really talk to you. So I'm like, well, I'm their competition. They don't want to build me up. So I started reaching out to people outside my area, and then I found you. We connected. Which when I first reached out to you, I was like, I didn't really think that it would develop into this friendship, but we connected on Facebook. We started chatting, and you were like, you need to become the digital town mayor of your town. And so I kind of took it from there and just been running with it ever since.
So the first iteration of that was basically going to local businesses and interviewing, which back in the day, we used to call that audience hacking, right? So other businesses that had bigger followings go into the establishment just with your cell phone and say, hey, can I interview you for 5 minutes, talk about your business, and get that on social media as a live, right? There was a lot more live type videos being done back then. And we used to edit some stuff too as well. But that initial tactic, so I think and maybe I'm wrong here, you can tell me if I'm wrong, but I think that initial networking effect was so powerful because you build, it's not about the interview at that point. It's not about the special offer that you bring to your audience or how many people actually view it. Yes, that's important. But it's really, now you have solid relationships with these business owners and you're giving them something of value and showing them that you care. Right. So, would you say that was a big springboard in building those local relationships?
It was, because I wasn't asking for anything from them. There's a local Mediterranean restaurant that I would do, like I got from Greg was hosting business mixers. and I haven't done one in a while, but during COVID, it all went bad. And so during COVID, I went into one of the restaurants, one of my favorites in town. Um, and it's called Papa Papa's, by the way. Give them a little plug. So I went in there and they were going under, and I told the owner, I'm like, hey, just start doing video.
Yeah.
And she started crying, like, I don't know what to say. I don't know this. I'm like, just get out there and build. From my previous relationship, from hosting my business mixer there, she took what I said to heart and just ran with it, and ultimately saved her business from doing the video.
That's awesome. What were the Lance? What were the videos that she was shooting, and what specifically was she walking through different menu stuff? Was she interviewing her staff? Was she talking about specials? Was she kind of talking about the history? What was she talking that really kind of started that transformation?
So I just started telling her to do live videos and sharing, because they couldn't have guests, so they could do takeout. Like, I guess.
Oh, okay.
So she was like, hey, we're having this, leg of lamb for special, or we have, a Euro special. She was just, and they were doing tons of delivery. Like, delivery just become their life. And the kids pulled together, and she's like, I don't know, like, what I would have did without you. That moment changed the trajectory of my business, because we were losing the family business.
Wow.
And it was pretty emotional, and felt good to be like a part of that. And it all comes around. So some people that I know them, and their dad had died, and she was like, oh, we were thinking about using Lance. And the owner was like, oh my God, I love Lance. He is the best. So, you never know when you're going to touch somebody's life, right? So if you just be a good person, it all kind of comes back around.
So what inspired you, Lance, to have that conversation with her? And you mean that when you said she started crying, that's really a deep thing, because I mean she's sitting there, she's sitting on her family, generations of blood, sweat, and tears. She didn't know what to do with it, and you came in and were able to give her a couple of pointers. How fast did she take action, and what was her return time until when next time you walked in or whatever it was, and she's like, oh my God, Lance, because of our conversation, I've blah blah blah, and it's I've been able to take X, Y, and Z home. I've turned around blah. What does that look like?
She did it. She took action immediately. And so like 4 or 5 days later, I was looking at one of her videos. She had like 14,000 views.
Whoa.
On one of her videos. So I screenshotted it, circled
14,000?
Crazy, right?
Wow.
I get like 500-600 on a good day.
Yeah.
So I screenshot and sent her to her. I'm like, this is amazing. And she's like, oh my God, like, I can't believe I should be getting more. I'm like, you're getting 20 times the engagement than I am, 100 times the engagement than I am. Like, don't stop. I go, and keep in mind that, and I got this from Nick back in the day. He's like, if you're not pissing people off by 10 o'clock in the morning, you're not doing your job.
So true.
So I go, people are going to start coming after you because you're posting a lot of videos, and just know that, ignore it, and you know that you're doing it right. So it was like 11 o'clock at night. She texts me a screenshot of what this guy said, and I'm like, you got a minute? And she's like, yeah. So I called her. I said, remember in the beginning when I said that people are going to come after you and you know that you're doing right? She's like, yeah, but maybe I'm posting too much. I go, no. Here's the thing. This has become a key part of your business. So are you willing to stop posting and posting less and see the decline in your sales? Or do you just want to go full steam ahead and keep going? And she's quiet for a second. She's like, I'm just going to keep going. I'm like, you have to. You have to.
Good for her.
So, building those relationships with these businesses, it's like there's it's called the Best of San Joaquin. And so I've won, I think this is my 3rd or 4th year in a row.
Won so many times you can't even keep track.
Yeah, right. So the marketing lady called me, and she's like, oh, by the way, you won. And I'm like, as an agent, people call you for marketing stuff all the time. I'm like, no, I've spent my marketing budget. She's like, no. Like, wait a second. Like, the people, like, voted for you. I'm like, I didn't put my name in here. She's like, no, you don't understand. Like, people actually write your name in there. So all the video and all the stuff I've done accumulated to people were like, who's the best realtor? They just wrote my name in.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's not like you're picking, A, B, or C. It's like people are actually writing your name in. I'm like, oh wow, that's pretty amazing.
Powerful.
So, I mean, I've gone to my kids, parent teacher night, and they're like, "This is my dad, Lance," and then the teacher was like, "Yeah,
Yeah.
I know who your dad is."
We know Lance. All the females know Lance.
But where's his mustache? We know Lance, but where's his mustache?
Exactly. Oh, look who's here, Gene.
I've been here the whole time.
Oh,
I just didn't want to jump in.
Nice for you
Creeper.
to join us.
Yeah, I want to talk about emotional things. Two things. One, Lance, if you stick around long enough, Greg will undoubtedly cry. If this goes past 40 minutes, he's usually crying. And I love
being
I
said,
love
Greg.
Oh my God. Every time you get me, man. Okay, let's go. Let's keep going. It's all about Lance today. All right. So, anyways, Gene, you were gonna say something, and then you totally went off the rails.
For you. No.
It's not worried about it. We'll deal with it later. I don't want to. It's just ingenuity, a thought on ingenuity, but it's not. It doesn't fit here. We'll bring it out later.
All right. So here's my question for Lance. How do we go from, since the point of this whole video is luxury sales, right?
Mm-hmm.
How do we get, so it's all good. We understand new agent, getting your face out there. You start interviewing local business owners. You could do that without video, but if you do it with video, it's even more powerful. So you check that off. Now you have good relationships with people in the community. But how do you transition and go, okay, I don't necessarily want to hang my hat on $400,000 listings anymore. I want $900,000, 1.2. Like, I want to raise my average listing price.
Mm-hmm.
What is the transition? Is it, I just need to be a part of a different brokerage? Is it, I need to farm different neighborhoods? Is it, I need to make different content? What exactly was your first step into saying, okay, now I'm Lance McHan in a suit and I'm $1 million listing agent?
I think it's a little bit of everything. When my previous brokerage, they had they told me about a certification. As agents, you have certifications for almost everything. So I went and got certified, and then I ended up switching brokerages to a little more prestigious brokerage, because the brokerage I was at was geared more towards newer agents.
Yeah.
Which is, you could survive wherever. And generally the name of a brokerage doesn't help. But it definitely helps the people you surround yourself with. When you're playing at a higher level, you tend to raise your own bar. And so I made that move. Got my brokerage.
This transition, let me before you finish, I want to make this clear, right?
Mm-hmm.
Was this did you go from a national firm to another national firm? Did you go from a sub niche to another sub niche? Like what?
It was a national firm to a boutique brokerage.
Boutique brokerage. Okay, so boutique luxury in your area that primarily people from your area would know, but me in Tampa, Florida, if you said it, I wouldn't necessarily know.
No,
right? Okay.
Yeah. Like the broker's got a really good name, really great guy. So, aligning yourself with high level people,
sure,
definitely helps. It's like if you, I don't know, when you're the best guy on the team, it doesn't. Not that I was the best guy on the team, but I'm just saying when you're the best guy on the team, there's nobody to challenge you, right?
Yeah.
The old saying, "Iron sharpens iron," or whatever.
Iron
that is,
sharpens
right?
iron, yeah.
So,
it's kind of I kind of almost akin it to like you're part of the country club, right? So these small little boutique brokerages kind of open the door into the country club. Like now you're meeting people, like you said, the networking effect, the getting into rooms and talking to people that you wouldn't necessarily be talking to unless you were in the country club.
True, absolutely,
yeah.
And go ahead.
So are you doing things with the folks that you're meeting in the country club and stuff like that? Are you taking those conversations and those fledgling relationships and fostering those? It sounds like you are. It's like you meet me at a networking event and then I sell bathroom tiles, or I have a junk hauling company or something like that. You're like, dude, I could totally get along with you. How can I throw you business? Or do you go from online to offline, or from offline to online more consistently, either way? Or is it just a nice blended marketing plan you have laid out?
It's a blended, and I don't really have a method. I mean, I just try to do like on my mixers, like I would try to introduce people to other people to make it valuable for them. Like I have a guy who does we become really good friends and he does mold and water remediation. So when I'd have a mixer and there's a guy who was a contractor or a handyman, I'm like, oh, you need to know this guy here, like just trying to bring people together.
Okay. And so what do you think if you were to starting off and you wanted to go from your average Joe agent, to, Joe superstar agent, or Mrs. Joe, however you want to phrase that.
Josephine.
Josephine, superstar real estate agent. Where would you go after, like, service providers? Would you go after restaurants? Would you go after would you keep track if you were to do it again, because you're obviously that's why you're on the show, you obviously mastered this. Would you go watch like real estate news trends and kind of then track and kind of be forward thinking on kind of how to what's going to impact your local communities?
A little bit of everything, the first off, when you're starting, like every deal is super important. Like I learned the term commission breath from Greg early on. Like you like always put the deal first.
Yes.
Like the deal comes first. And so I took that to heart. And so, but I lived below my means and I saved up some money, and then I was able to upgrade my cameras and my sound system.
Nice.
And with Nick's help, he kind of guided me through the process. And then I switched into like mailers. So I had luxury mailers. So I mailed to high-end homes, right? So, and then I had a luxury, super fancy 12 by 12 black and gold.
I saw that one.
Pre-listing packet, right?
Yeah.
So it stands out. A lot of agents don't take their business serious. They use cell phone pictures, even on, like, I've seen $1 million listings. I'm sure you've seen this, Greg, in your area.
Mm-hmm.
You got $1 million listing and people are using cell phone pictures. You're like, yep. What the hell? Like, what the hell? Like, you're providing a higher level of service.
Right.
People on a $1 million home, they're paying you $25,000 to $35,000 just for your side of the process. You can't spend, $2 or $3 grand in marketing. I mean,
that's like yesterday I was at one of our new listings we're bringing on, and it's what 2.85 or something, and like the way that the photographs that the professional guy got and the drone shots and everything else, I mean, they were okay if you look at it, but those professional photos just make everything look that much better. Man, right?
They have to tell a story. They don't. Eyes are the window to the soul, and that's how people shop, right? Through imagery. If you can't provide that imagery to get people through the door, nobody's ever gonna walk through that door and buy that home. Even on my junkers, I get like $200,000-$300,000 fix and flips. I'm still hiring my professional photographer to go out there and do it.
And that's the way you should. And that's what really makes you a top-notch agent, a luxury agent, a proficient agent. Mm-hmm. Is the devil is in the details. It's doing those small things over and over and over, having your checklist. Nobody falls through the cracks. This is how it goes. Now, am I saying that I'm perfect? Fuck no, I'm not. I am like the poster child for FUBAR when it comes to doing this stuff, but I understand. Shut up, Gene. I see you nodding your head over there. Yes.
Look at Gene. He's like, yeah, Greg.
I've been telling you this for how long? Okay, jeez, are you gonna get my meatball sandwich in here and sit here and criticize you? Horrible Philly.
Was that a Gene impression?
Mm-hmm.
He got the meatball right, at least. He got the meatball right.
That's wrong, meatball sandwiches.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that and the Philly's cheesesteak sandwiches. But I mean, really kind of taking a step above. I guess that the real thing is that we're looking for that KPI, that thing that's going to make you stand out, amongst everybody else. What was your KPI and when did you realize it?
I think, the video, right, and just being the digital town mayor, that's really been the key, because nobody really wants to do it. Nobody wants to get out in front of people.
Well,
The
nobody
why
was
not?
really doing it before TikTok exploded, right?
Yeah.
There was very few agents. There were some agents that were doing some longer form YouTube stuff. But really the advent of TikTok is when everybody kind of woke up and went, "Oh, I need to be doing something." And so that
Mhm.
was 4 years. So Lance, you kind of you morphed into, oh, well, you've been doing video for 4 years. You
Yeah.
already been doing Facebook video and lives at a high level. And now we just had to transition the message and transition the phone from this way to this way. Right. So that was it. That was the learning curve of like, oh, I need to turn the phone and now do the same thing. Which is really cool. But I turned that concept. So organic has given people a voice, because if you put out enough content, and you get favored by algorithms and you actually make good video, you can get a massive amount of distribution for free. And I say free with an asterisk because it takes a lot of time and effort to put out free video. So you might not be paying on the paid side, but you're paying in time and labor and energy in creating the video. But what it effectively does for you, and I want Lance to, I'm going to tee this up for you, right? Is what I've said for a long time is, how many offers are you making on a daily basis, right? So if you were to take a real estate agent that has no business and you were to take a real estate agent that is very successful, I promise you that the difference between the two is the successful agent has more offers in the market on a daily basis than the agent that does not. Now, what does that mean? That means that person who's successful might have paid ads turned on. And so there's thousands of people seeing a paid ad that says, click this ad to see a home, or click this
Mhm.
ad to get a list, or, you know, get an offer for my, like that. Those are offers in the market. There's thousands of impressions and eyeballs. You can do that with organic video. If you're doing videos every single day and you have calls to action on your video, now you have offers in the market that potentially hundreds or thousands of people can see, versus the agent who might know as much as the luxury agent, might be just as good on paper from taking a contract from contract to close, might have the best photography and everything, but they don't have any offers in the market. So nobody knows what they do, right?
I think I mean, you may, in those offers, you may not get an immediate ROI.
Right. Right.
It's some of it is just a branding play, which is what we did initially. $5 a day, $10 a day on Facebook. I'm currently doing some YouTube stuff, but it's not generating any ROI.
Yeah.
But people like, oh man, they're like, I see you on TV. Like, I don't know if they're watching YouTube on their personal TV, or if they're just watching on their phone and they just connect it and say it's TV. Like, oh, I saw you on TV, and oh, I saw your ad on YouTube, and just getting people out there to know you, right? And some of it, is about living below your means and investing into your own business. A lot of agents won't invest into themselves. They just, perfect example, they won't hire a professional photographer, but I try to live below my means so I have money to spend on advertising. You look at all the big brands, Coke, Pepsi. Can I say that on here?
Oh yeah. I know where you're going with
that. Advertise, right? And so advertising works because otherwise these big brands would not be doing it. So getting it out there, being top of mind, it all kind of congeals into your moment where, like, oh man, like, people are calling me.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about a branding play real quick too, because you have something that not a lot of people do, which is a jingle, right? So if I was to say, what is one thing that Lance McHan has done very well in standing out, is you have a jingle in the marketplace, and you put this at the end of your videos. I mean, we've run ads with just the jingle. Like, it's very, very much big brand marketing on small brand budget, right?
Right.
But how much did you pay to actually get that jingle made? It's a 10-second, and it just says, "Yes, you can" with Lance McHan.
Yeah.
But I promise you, when Lance goes to his parent-teacher conference nights, they're remembering, "Yes, you can" with Lance McHan, right? Like that's the jingle, dude. Everybody knows it because it's everywhere. So
when I left KW, I went over to another brokerage, Realty One, and the broker was just like, "Bro, my kid sings your jingle
yeah, dude,
all the damn time." Like,
it's crazy. So that works, right? So like, how much does a jingle cost? I think more realtors should have jingles.
it was like
yeah.
$200, you know.
How much?
200 or 300. It wasn't like expensive. I mean, you're the one who told me I should get a jingle.
Well,
and I'm
no,
like,
it's not.
what? I mean, we've been friends for a long time. There's a lot of gems that I've taken from you. So I got to give credit where credit is due.
So I'm actually, Lance, I'm on your lancemccan.com right now, and I'm taking a look at it. And I just want someone to really kind of understand this, is that it's not only it's a jingle, it's your slogan. I mean, it's up on the upper left-hand side of your site. It says, "Yes, you can." Lance McHan, Realtor.
Yep.
I like it a lot. It's good. It's clean. Dude, fuck off. I think it's trying to make me register on your site. Which I will duly do here in 1 second. I'm just trying to talk with you guys. I like it. It's cool. It's a great jingle because
several iterations of the logo / slogan. You know, I would like to change it again. You know, it's like at first it was just like block letters, and then it's got the swoosh and different colors.
Jingles are powerful though. Like music is powerful in general, and that's funny that your old broker said that my kid. Like, could you imagine how mad that would make you if a realtor in your area and your kid is singing another agent's jingle, right? Like my kids sing. So the Burger King commercial, they sing that Burger King, "You Rule." Like, and there's a couple other ones that I hear them singing all the time. Like that kind of stuff is just catchy, right? And I think more people should have it.
Mm-hmm. But you got to have something that rhymes, right? You know,
yeah.
Like you can't rhyme with everything.
Yeah.
What about making money with McDaniel?
Right?
Making money with McDaniel.
Yeah,
I think that should be the task for Greg. We need a real estate uncensored jingle.
If you're offended, fuck off. How's that?
Our jingle would just be bloop, 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 bloop.
Greg talking.
This red dot. Yeah, pretty true on that one. You know what? When it comes to your jingle, kind of your what set you apart on this, and what people are really kind of knowing you for. There's another gentleman that worked the same market to you prior to you becoming an agent, and he had a jingle as well. He was on the show a while ago, and I forgot his name, but he had something it's just as simple as yours. It's stuck in people's head like nobody's business, and they just called this dude every time this guy. You know, they were thinking about selling. They just knew to call this dude. And I'm sure you're ramping on this and you're seeing that as well, right?
Uh-oh.
You gonna sneeze?
He was thinking too hard, his brain exploded.
AKA a sneeze. Poorly timed, but kind of walk us through that a little bit on the recognition you're seeing more than you're ever. You know, people are singing it. Are you taking advantage of it? Are you offering it out like just start playing it like the 4th of July parade through town?
Good idea.
Just piping it through the
I gotta figure out how to do that. But just like what Nick was saying, we run ads just with the jingle, just to like get that impression. You know,
we did that for a while.
Mm-hmm.
10-second spot pre-roll, $5 a day, and we were getting a lot of good feedback on just a stupid jingle. Like, it was interesting.
If you could come up with the jingle, I say just pay somebody to do it. I called a couple. Let's see. I would reach out to a couple of people on Facebook who were musicians, and then I ended up with this other guy who I knew from another guy. I'm like, oh shit, I should have just called him, and it just worked out. And I tried to redo the jingle a couple times, and it just never hit the way this one did. And you want it short and sweet, because I was trying to get it, yes, you can, yes, you can, yes, you can, or yes, you can, yes, you can, with, and then so your brain would automatically put with Lance McHan, but
Yeah.
too long and it's just too junky. So I just stuck with the original.
So what about door knockers, cold calls, the bare bone basics, the starting ground for any real estate agent? Are you still doing that now that you kind of transitioned and moved into the luxury market, quote unquote? And have you kept your roots with the folks that are in the more entry price points in your neighbors that you work? I mean, walk us through that, because I have a lot of stories and conversations I have with you about that.
Well, watching you early on, you made, I watch you. I think you still do live cold calling, and
oh yeah,
it's. I remember one day I don't know, you're probably like 2 beers in, and you're just like, ladies and gentlemen,
no.
like, I'm having a drink, and so cold calling works. It's an investment, right? It's a long term investment. Door knocking, I've done. I just never was a big fan of door knocking, although it is probably one of the best ROIs you can do.
Yeah.
But I still keep the entry levels are the ones that turn quickly. That's your bread and butter. Those keeps your bills paid. The luxury, I'm getting a listing, a $2.2 million home on 3 acres. It's got this big ass auto pool, 4 RV sites. Probably $500,000 in concrete, just in the landscaping alone. But that's probably going to take 6 months, 8 months to sell. You never know, right? You just never know when that home is going to fit that person's need in that price point, right? So the $300,000, $400,000, $500,000 homes, those ones keep your lights on. Like, you can't give up on those people, because you never know where that person is and where they're going to end up.
Right. But let's be clear though. You have different offers for different price points.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So let's talk about that. What are your offers? And obviously we can't do anything discriminatory because of price points, but I mean, what do those packages look like? Because I'm genuinely interested in that. I'm sure a lot of other agents are as well, because everyone is taught and told that when you're working in luxury, you only give the best to these people. But if they're not luxury, they get the dumbed down version. I'm sure you don't do that.
Great, across the board.
Right.
The help people move, right? The Freedom Move USA, like that was, I don't know what's
for a little while, yeah, for sure.
For a little while,
so you have cash offers now, though, right? That's a big thing in the market, right?
I have cash offers as well, not necessarily for the luxury, but for the lower price point.
Yeah,
I give
more affordable
moving boxes. Like, hey, when you sign with me, I'll send you 40 moving boxes. That was I'm realizing all this stuff I got from you and Nick. Nick's like, hey, go to Cheap Moving Boxes and send them boxes. Like my clients were just like, oh my God, like they send me a picture, like, wow, thank you. Like, they don't even know it's coming. It depends if it comes to a referral, but if they come in one of my ads, they're like, they know they're going to get up to 40 free moving boxes. It's like $80. Well, no, it's like 120, and now it just dropped back down to like below 100.
Yeah.
So getting boxes is not like it was years ago when you go to the grocery store.
I remember doing that. Yeah, getting the banana boxes.
Yeah, right. So you deliver boxes, and they're just like, oh wow, that was so thoughtful. That is like the most thoughtful thing you could do for somebody when they're moving, because it comes with packing tape, paper.
We use usedcardboardboxes.com, I think is the URL.
Is it? Yeah. That was Cheap Moving Boxes.
There's different ones.
Okay.
Yeah, they're all different ones out there, but they're all the same thing. They're not 100% perfect, but who gives a shit? It's a fucking moving box. It's going to get taped and ripped and torn and moved and banged on everything else. Like, shit, I'm selling my place, by the way, if anyone's looking to buy a wonderful 1-bed, 1-bath condo here in Walnut Creek, California, with astonishingly wonderful views and privacy, please contact me. Shameless plug. Let's move forward. So, for
usedcardboardboxes.com, no affiliation here, but you can actually pick by size of the house.
That's
so you
great.
go in, you shop the kits. Say a 3-bedroom house might be $150 or something. Right here
Why
we
don't you
go.
show us?
Yeah,
Studio,
pull it up. That's a great idea.
1 bedroom,
How much?
7 bedroom, $400. That's a lot of boxes. You get 128 boxes.
It's a 7
Like
bedroom
80
house.
boxes run you.
Well, let's say a normal house, 4-bedroom house,
80.
80 moving boxes for $259. You put in the address, you pay for it, it gets shipped right to their house with all the packing tape, the materials, Sharpie pens, like
That's
you get
awesome.
literally everything. And every time we've sent one of these, people are like, "Oh my God, thank you so much. This is amazing."
Dude, it's like, since I'm in the mindset of packing and moving myself, if I was to hire an agent and that for 200 and something bucks, that's off of my checklist and everything's delivered, my agent calls me, goes, "Hey, make sure you get what I sent you in the mail. What'd you send me? You'll see. Call me when you get it. You'll
Yeah.
know. Gets delivered. Oh my God, you're amazing. Good.
As soon as we
Testimonial
move
time.
past inspections and the deal's basically locked up, that's kind of like a closing gift, right?
Yeah, but ahead of time. But I mean, that's exactly, you don't get a testimonial at the end of the transaction. You get a testimonial at the happiest moment throughout the
Right.
transaction. Just accepted the offer. Just got contingencies removed. Closing day, whatever the happiest one is, testimonial the crap out of that. They just got free boxes. Get them on camera.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Agents, they don't want to spend money, but if somebody called you up and say, "Hey, I have a $400,000 home or a $500,000 home. I want a 25% referral fee," you would drop that in a second.
Nanosecond.
And so paying a couple $100 to make somebody's life better, it's
dude.
a no-brainer for me.
There's some other companies out there too that you can put your logo on the boxes. So if you want to talk about mind share forever, when you move into a house and then you have boxes that sit in the garage that you never actually unpack till you move again, and now your brand and logo is sitting in their garage
Here's that. I
for the
want
next
that.
10 years.
So how much does that cost, Nick?
It's like 3 times as much money.
Well, can you show us, please?
I don't know off the top of my head. No, I
Ugh.
can't. But
I
just know it's way more expensive.
Yeah, but is it really that much more expensive? Let's talk about that, because I mean, it's like a pen will change hands 7 times. You can wear a shirt for like 7 years.
Yeah.
There's things that really transition, and like my girlfriend, she packed up her place. She kept all the boxes from her last move stored nicely away. Guess why?
Yeah.
To reuse them. So to spend that 3 times the amount of money with your brand on the boxes, so let's say it's $600, right?
Well, it's more personal. You could get it in bulk. So like instead of like used cardboard boxes, it just gets sent. It's almost like a drop shipping thing, right? You just fill out the information, it goes right to their house. You don't have to do anything, and all the materials are there. You could go to manufacturers of just boxes, get your logo on it, and then now at your office or at your house or in your garage, you have
anywhere. Yeah.
1,000 boxes with your logo on it, and you just do a one-time purchase, and then the next 4, 5, 6, 10 houses you sell, you have these boxes, and you just hand deliver them and say, "Here's."
That is a freaking great idea.
How about stickers? Just get stickers for them.
Stickers are great
cheap.
too. Yeah.
But you gotta weigh it out, right?
Yeah.
Because you're gonna have to go to Home Depot and buy boxes, or cheap moving box. You gotta buy a bulk. But that may be. I'm going to do that. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Cheap. I'm typing in big stickers for moving boxes right now. Moving labels in stock, shipping.
Yeah, dude, I got my superhero stickers were super cheap. I'm gonna say it was like, I mean, they're smaller, they're not humongous, but I want to say I paid like $23 for 250 of them or something.
Yeah, it's
There you
nothing.
go.
That's perfect. Here's 1,000 bulk stickers for $44.
Yeah,
These
that's
are
crazy.
pretty damn big.
Now we're gonna have a bunch of realtors putting their stickers all over gas station pumps all over the country.
That's what I was gonna do. Damn it.
Hey, so speaking of stickers, so every couple years there's a campaign for running for your local office. I had a guy make up some. Who's got the referral?
Oh, RNA's
he shut out. He went right to blood mode. Who's got the referral? Mid-story, cut it off.
During these campaign for these local offices, I had the local guy make me a little mini billboard with my logo on there, and so wherever these people would have their their campaign signs, I would put my signs right there just for brand recognition. I mean,
Are you talking about this sign?
Oh,
Yeah,
dang.
billboard?
that's the latest and greatest right there.
So if you're listening right now, I'm showing a picture of Lance has this on his Facebook page. This was quite a fun story where he had a billboard or has a billboard. I don't know if it's still there or not, of your luxury real estate specialist, Lance McHan, that has been tagged and marked with a what cartoon character would this be? This evil mustache
Jafar?
and beard combo.
Yeah, Jafar. Yeah, from Aladdin.
Yeah, from Aladdin. So I encourage you, if you're listening to the show, that you hop on to YouTube or Facebook and watch and look at this picture because it's hilarious. But Lance, tell the story behind this, dude.
So I had this billboard put up on Highway 99, and a friend of mine who's evil in his own way took a picture of it and drew the Jafar on there, and he sent it to me. I'm like, son of a gun, like somebody tagged me. So immediately, I put it on Facebook, and I thought it was the funniest shit ever. And immediately people like started jumping in, like, who did that? Who would do such a thing? That's messed up. You spend all your hard-earned money. And like, no, this is the best thing ever. Like, I love it. And so I call my billboard lady. I'm like, hey, like what's going on? So she sends somebody out there. She's like, it's clean. Like, nobody tagged it. I go, I want you to get somebody up there and draw a mustache on there. And she's like, no, we can't do that. I'm like, no, like, either pay somebody to get there with a can of paint, I don't care, or reproduce it. Like, I want this. This is like, because you're driving down the freeway and you look up and then there's that billboard.
Yeah,
You're gonna see that one.
Yeah, and people like, oh man, that billboard is so funny. Or did they really do that? I'm like, like, I don't know.
So it turned into a viral social media thing, which is amazing. And then you started parlaying that on like another agent, right? So you and another agent were going back and forth.
Yeah. So, but before, I'll touch on that.
All right,
so, 209 Times are a local like news
outlet,
Facebook news outlet, and so they're like, local realtor, was tagged, and so like hundreds of thousands of people saw it across the valley, and then. Sorry, Nick, I just drew a blank. What was your question?
I was saying, note to self: if you want to spend the money on a billboard, spend the money on a billboard, and then have somebody draw a mustache on it for you and watch it go viral on social media.
Yeah,
that's the moral of the story.
Yes, absolutely.
But you had so I think there was another agent that you actually tried to blame.
So my buddy Scott Sherman, like we're competitors, but we're friends, right? So, I made a first videos, like I ordered one of the best thing I could find for that mustache, and I did a video. I'm like, hey, who did this video? Because he's got a billboard on the other side of town. So I went over there and I'm like, I think it was that guy right there. And then I was like, hey, if you need real estate, call Scott Sherman or give me a call and we'll get you taken care of. And so like a week later, 2 weeks later, he went out with a can of black paint. It was all dramatic, the sound, he's got the paint. He's not up there, obviously, but he's just like acting like he just got done. There you go.
Oh my God.
This is how far this has gotten.
So,
my God.
At the end of the video, he's like, Scott Sherman 1, Lance McHan 0. So, now I need to come up with another one.
Great. Dude, honestly, that's not a bad look for you.
Not a bad look for you, dude.
It's really not.
I do have to say that there was a few private messages saying that I should grow that out.
It looks good, man. You can pull that look off.
I don't know.
That's awesome. All right, dude. So to wrap all this up, is there any key things you could tell all the boys and girls listening if they have dreams and aspirations of going from average market price to getting into luxury? What would be the number one thing? Is it your own personal brand? Is it attaching yourself to a local brokerage? Is it just all of the above, or like what would be the first steps?
I would say your own personal brand, because that's what's going to, that's when the fish start chasing the boat. You know what I mean? You're not having to chase deals. They kind of come to you, which you still have to chase. You still have to do your own, marketing for yourself and running ads or cold calling, whatever you do. But building that brand and putting the deal first before your paycheck, that always means more to the client than them paying you your paycheck, because that you'll get referrals. I mean, I've having to give up, commission before, and we hate doing it. I had the deal wasn't going to happen, and I offered up half my commission to make the deal work, and the other agent started crying on the phone because she's like, I can't believe you're doing that. But it's like, these people need a home, right? It's like, if you do good work, the money will come, right?
Very true.
Key.
Yeah.
And then living below your means and taking some of that money and investing it back into yourself and marketing you and your brand. I think that's the biggest key right there.
Nice.
Okay. What about taking yourself and making yourself stand out? Would you do it again? And if so, would you do the same thing, or would you do something different?
I would definitely do the same thing, but I probably would have gone a little harder at it. Like, try to learn video editing. Like, I can't video edit to save my life. I could do it. It takes me like 3 or 4 hours to do something that Nick could do in like 10 minutes. So, just probably learn a little more video editing, a little more the technical side. But I would have done way more video. Like, even if it was crappy video, I would have done more.
Okay, so we're talking about video, standing out, not being afraid. A lot of people are afraid to go have those conversations, get into the weeds with the local businesses, which you became the mayor. You took a bull by the horns, and you really did a good job with that. I mean, yesterday I was talking with one of our sellers. I knew he was in commercial real estate. I just didn't know how much of a commercial real estate this guy does. So in the Bay Area, he has 15 restaurants he and his business partners manage all the properties for. Just with having a conversation with him, he wants me to then come in and do interviews on 15 of the high-end restaurants in the Bay Area.
Wow.
So that's an in with the local, with the local business population, that once you make that relationship, have some, good conversations without being pitchy, people are more than apt to have you come on out.
Yeah, you're not asking for anything. It's just, it's audience hacking. That's really the key. What you're trying to do here. That's the key. Just come from what's the Gary V say?
Come from contribution.
Yes, there you go.
Chris Stager, if you're still on here, he says, I'm putting stickers on my mailbox. I got a bad feeling about this. So everybody listening, I do think there's going to be some real estate tagging going on, and I'm all for it. So if you do put stickers on your mailbox, Chris, please take a picture and tag RU Nation so we know where the stickers actually stick.
Send them in, dude.
We can add it to the portfolio here.
That would be hilarious.
I got a little bone to pick with Chris Stager while we're doing it live.
Let's
He's
hear it.
supposed to golf with us next week, and he bailed on us. What do you think about that?
Yeah,
What? All right.
Yep.
You know what, Gene? This is when we have to get the hit squad out. We can't have people disrespect the show like that. I mean, those are fireable offenses right there.
Yeah.
Stager, you've been named.
Called out
you, Gene.
live.
Lance, for people who are completely geographically, upside down, where are you in the greater United States? How can they send referrals? Your best phone number slowly for us dyslexics, so we can write it down and not reverse it. And then anything that people should know when they send a referral out to you, and just kind of go from there, man. We want to put your brand out in front of as many people as possible.
Thank you. I'm in Northern California. I live in Stockton, and I cover probably 25 to 60 mile radius, depending on what I'm doing, right? If it's a listing, listings are easy. Trying to drive buyers around when you're 45 minutes to an hour away makes it a little challenging.
Listings are easy unless you're talking to a seller. So let's calm down here for a second.
That's very true. I want $1 million for my 1,000 square foot house, which in Greg's area is probably true.
Some of them actually are, yeah.
It's so my phone number is 209-986-9292. My website is lancemchan.com. You can find me on Facebook, message me, text me, whatever. If I'm awake, I'll respond.
Fantastic. Well, that's easy. And by the way,
Who's the young lady who said she had a possible referral?
Arnay Dodge. She's out of Las Vegas.
Okay.
And so I already shot her a message through back channels on Facebook. So I'll wait to get in touch with her and see if I can get something out to you. I'll figure out what Arnay, the little Oompa Loompa, is doing over there. She's a tiny little creature. But guys, to put into respect of kind of where Lance is, he is 1 hour and 7 minutes away from me, aka 42 miles. So we're really pretty close. We work in very different marketplaces. So guys, please send a ton of referrals over to Lance. Get him on your radar. He will be able to handle your people for you, and also be very creative out of the box to get them the right house when they need it in the Stockton and Central Valley of California. So super badass. Lance, give us your last final thought, the doozy, the one that's been holding you back. You've been itching to tell us. We don't even know what this is, ladies and gentlemen. What is that super big secret that you want to share with the world? He's like,
I know what it is.
All my secrets. Something else to look into is mail. Like, I think a lot of people don't do mail anymore, so there's an advantage to mail. Like, I've done really well with mail. There
you go. You guys, mail is not dead. You can use it in conjunction with high tech, high touch. So there it is, guys. Gene, since you've been overly talkative, I want to get you out of the way first and kind of get your 2 bits of your takeaways from this show.
Don't be afraid to spend money where it warrants, I think, is what I got out of it. Like with the boxes and the stickers and the billboards. Let's, I always say we talk about this all the time. If Pepsi doesn't pull back their marketing budget, they're constantly increasing their marketing budget. There's got to be a lesson there, right? So spend a couple bucks, dude.
Yeah.
Throw some stickers on some mailboxes, man.
the cheapest way.
That's easy.
Or gas pumps. I mean, no, nothing like looking at your $3 a gallon, $5 a gallon, $10 a gallon, being like, oh my God, these prices are horrible. Who am I going to blame? Lance McHan. Yes, you can. Yes, you can raise my gas prices. You're like, damn it, wrong message.
But speaking of stickers, there's a local agent. He had refrigerator magnets made, and they were just like his name, his phone number, and in the shape of a house. And he had those delivered all over Stockton.
Yo, listen, I've been saying this for 100 years. When my in-laws moved into their house in 95 out here, they put the sticker of Elaine Subio on there. And every single time I was there and opened that refrigerator 44 times, I saw it. So here we are 32 years later. And I know who sold their house back in 1995. Elaine Subio, her name was.
That's actually
inside the refrigerator.
Yep, right on it. Boom, right here. It was the only thing on it. And when I go there, I'm in and out of the refrigerator 44 times. 36 of them for beers, and the other 8 just because I'm looking to see if anything changed.
That's actually pretty funny.
If you want to be the guy that knows the guy, I got one up on Gene here real quick. I've seen this. So electricians do this. So when they service your electrical panel, they'll put a sticker on the inside of the electrical panel. So if something goes wrong, it's right there, right? Why can't you do that? Why couldn't you put a sticker underneath the kitchen sink on the door every time you go into the kitchen sink, if the garbage disposal is broken? Hey, yes, you can with Lance McHan. I know a guy. Electrical panel, HVAC, 5 or 6 different places in the house where things could go wrong, to call Lance McHan, and we know a guy. I know a guy.
So
I'm gonna get some stickers made and put on the HVAC.
Yeah, there you go.
Dude, I'm just laughing my ass off because in my head I'm thinking about all the evil ways in the best possible way.
Me too, Greg.
I'm like, okay, so every broker's tour, every open house, they're going to hire high schoolers, they're going to give them, 50 different stickers. They have to put them in 4 different locations or on every single property.
You know how much of you know what kind of phone call you would get if you put a sticker? If you put a sticker underneath the toilet lid, so that if a homeowner had to replace something in the toilet, there would be a sticker on. Like, that phone call would be worth. I can't even tell you. That'd be the best phone call ever.
Listen, I think we just started something that we got. Let's really talk about this. So I have one of my best friends has a good friend who has OCD. And when he goes over her house, he rearranges all the stuff in her cupboard. Right? Like, and it drives her completely crazy, right? So
That's awesome.
say, here's what I think we should do. We should start some kind of, whether it's RU stickers or something, and have people start submit pictures of where they're placing these things in the houses and see what kind of, I think this could be a ton of fun. We could have a prize at the end of the year for most stickers out.
Best sticker location.
No, Gene, it can't be in the house. It has to be around their brokerage or around town.
Okay.
All
right, we got to talk about this offline. This is good.
I like
RU Nation.
RU Nation, listen, yeah. So wait, I got one more thing for you. We were talking about ingenuity. I just thought this was funny, so I'm going to bring it up just for some levity, right? We talk about ingenuity and coming up with some of these cool things that we're talking about, right? So think about this one. There was an arrest made a week ago in Springfield, Colorado. And this is how the arrest reads. It's a DUI arrest. On May 13th, around 11:30 p.m., Springfield police conducted a traffic stop on a vehicle traveling with 52 miles an hour in a posted 30-mile-an-hour zone near 7th and Main Street. The driver attempted to switch places with his dog, who was in the passenger seat, as the SPD officer approached and watched the entire process. The male party then exited the passenger side of the vehicle and claimed he was not driving. The male party showed clear signs of intoxication. And when asked about his alcohol consumption, the male party ran from the officer. The male party was apprehended quickly within 20 yards of the vehicle. So when in doubt, stick your dog in the driver's seat.
Are you drunk right now? How does that tie?
It's no tie-in at all. It's just ingenuity.
Ingenuity.
Where did Greg go?
I think he's going to buy stickers right now. He's already gone. He put the PO in.
All right, Zach, it's your turn to close this out, buddy. Go ahead.
All right, Lance. I appreciate you coming on, man. I think you dropped a lot of nugget bombs. I think number one, my biggest takeaway from the show that I forgot about until we started talking again was this this jingle. And I think more people should think about the jingle and create some brand recognition in their market, right? So Lance, I think we'll have you on again. I do want everybody to seriously consider luxury markets. Like if you've been scared of it, don't be scared of it. It's the same transaction. It's just a little bit more expensive and you get paid a lot more to do it. Right. So there's nothing scary about it. Networking, being the guy, Lance is obviously that guy, which you can be that guy or that girl in your market. So
or it could be both.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
My takeaway is jingle. Everybody needs a jingle.
Okay.
Go to nicksakis.com and book an appointment with me. I'll get you a jingle.
He will, actually. But he also threatened me to have a jingle for the show, which never came around.
Never came around. Yeah.
Back in your lap.
No, that wasn't me. No, that was not you. That was Stefan Adika. That was not you.
That was Adika. He was. Yeah, that's true. I forgot about that.
I'm not gonna
where's that jingle
either?
Yeah, where's the jingle, Adika?
I'm gonna have to kick him in his Brooklyn behind.
And is Adika?
I was gonna say is Adika.
Is it Adika? I'm gonna kick you in your Adika if you keep it up.
Don't be Adika. Call Adika. That's his jingle. I just made it up.
You just made it.
I would use that if that was mine. I would totally use that. I actually, what I've really taken away is I really like it's very old school and it works so well that a lot of people I think stopped using it. And that's the boxes with the stickers or the boxes with your brand on it. For you guys are starting out, go find a big ass sticker, and just put that thing on there and let it sit there until you guys build up a little bit more revenue in your coffer that you guys can put into some branding and stuff like that. But the cool thing is, think about this. And this is something I thought was completely retarded when I first did this, but it worked. So we got two moving trucks, two 14-foot moving trucks. We had them for like 7 or 8, almost 10 years. Great trucks. I loved them. The rest of the team hated them. The thing is that when I got them, everyone was like, oh my God, you're going to have other agents rent your trucks and to use it for themselves and give to their clients. I'm like, you're fucking full of it. There's no way another agent's going to drive around with my mug, like a foot tall and a foot wide, around on their, for their clients. They did all the time. Agents did it for themselves and they did it for their clientele. So here's the point. If agents are going to do it with a moving truck, what if you offered free boxes to anyone any agent and their clients in your area, you'll pay for the boxes with your brand on them, because the orphan program comes into effect, because about 7 out of 10 people who go through a transaction, their agent will never follow up or follow up very little. So back to Nick's point, if you have boxes sitting in the house with, yes, you can with Lance McHan on that thing for the next 7 to 10 plus years, they're like, honey, who the fuck did we use to sell our house? I don't know. Check the moving boxes. Right. So you get
Great idea.
Then they're looking at them, because a lot of the folks, we do for new home buyer seminars. This is a realization that came to me several years ago. What about new seller seminars? Someone's been in their home for 5 to 7 to 30 years. They don't know how to do this transaction just as much as the buyer doesn't. And you can give away boxes at all these events.
Right.
Go down and just really figure out a wholesaler, create some boxes and go for it. They will share them. They will fly around like little magical carpets to different properties and different houses. And Yes You Can with Lance McHan are going to end up in Tupelo, Mississippi when someone moves out there.
Right.
And you get a referral. Why not?
We have a new submission for a jingle, by the way, coming from Brittany. Jump in your new sack with Nick Sack Ice. I don't know who that is, but thank you. That is a jump in your new sack.
Good job, Brittany. I love it.
Jump into your sack.
Classic. Yeah.
I got it in mind of a 10-year-old. There you go. Now it's kicking in. Anyways, all right, let's wrap this bad boy up. We got to do a couple of housekeeping things. Gene, Lance, and Nick, we need bullers. We need colors for the bow on the show. So our guest goes first. Lance, what's your color on the bow for the show?
Color on the bow?
Color on the bow, baby.
I'll do the my logo color, blue.
Blue it is. Nick, what is your color?
I'm going gold because we're talking all about luxury today.
Oh,
gold, I love it. Gene, what's your color on the boat for the show, brother?
I'm going a little purple. There's some luxury in purple, and also reminds me of Aladdin and Jafar.
There you go. Tying it all in, baby.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just going back to the beard. All righty. All right. There it is, guys. Go ahead and get a hold of Lance McHan. He is in the Central Valley. He's right over the hill from me. We're literally neighbors. He is obviously killing it. Talk to him about social media, talk about videos, about his transition from an agent who is starting out to an agent that is killing it and crushing it in the luxury market and everything in between. Lance, one more time for everybody who's just tuning in right now. What's your best phone number?
209-986-9292.
There it is. You heard it. There it is. You heard it from the horse's mouth. Call him today if you know what's good for your heart, soul, and your pocketbook. He will save you money and make you money. Nick Sakis, the ever-shrinking man out of Florida. How do they get a hold of you? Why should they get a hold of you?
nicksakis.com, or if you are a real estate agent interested in learning about artificial intelligence, make sure you join our Facebook group, AI Empowered Agents, and head on over to likely.ai and get yourself a 14-day free trial of the most powerful artificial intelligence software the real estate industry has ever seen.
The most powerful. The most.
Gene
Volpe, Evil Bald Ninja. Where can they get a hold of you? And if you say they can't, I will literally kick you off the show.
No, if you join that AI group that Nick just referenced, I'm in that group, number one, and I'm one of the, well, I'm not a licensed real estate agent, but I'm one of the real estate agents that wants to learn about AI. And Sack does a wonderful job of going down those rabbit holes. We have many conversations late at night with new tools and tricks. So follow that stuff. Yeah.
Dude, that is awesome. Definitely be a part of it. I'm part of it. I play with some of the predictive analytics stuff over there. It is astonishing. So likely.ai, go figure them out. Go take a look at Nick's group. I got to give a quick special shout out. Where did you go, Howard? This is Howard. He is from Israel. He's been watching our show, guys, since like 2000, back 7+ years, like right when we got started. So Howard, knuckles to you, brother. Just landed after he and I got together, and we had lunch in Walnut Creek. So it was wonderful to meet him.
I saw the pictures. Why was he here?
He was a wedding and some family stuff, and so he's now back home and safely made the trip across the pond, and through all the travel, all that fun stuff we have to deal with these days. But yeah, it was fun. Yeah, for the wedding, for family, and and next time he's out here, we're gonna grab another bite to eat and just kind of kick it. So Howard, wonderful to meet you, brother. It was amazing.
Very cool.
All right, let's put a bow on the show, guys. We're going to put a blue bow from Lance, a gold bow from Nick, and then, of course, a purple bow correlating back to the beard of Jafar on this show. So thank you guys for watching and listening. We really appreciate you. We literally cannot do the show without you. Every single one of your guys' comments, thoughts, texts, tweets, retweets, talking about us anywhere in the universe helps this show. So thank you so much. I love you to pieces. Just as a personal side note, if you guys ever want to talk to me or get a hold of me about Bay Area real estate, just feel free and give me a ring. 925-915-1978. Also, EXP, guys, we are 90,000 plus. We are in 24 different countries. I think like 13 or 14 languages spoken fluently. If you guys want to join a massively growing company, and I have a laundry list of things you guys are going to be able to get when you join my team as well, anywhere in the world, call me, text me, 925-915-1978, and I love you no matter what. All right, guys, we're out of here. Until next time, peace out, ninjas. We're gone.